कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. Technology is changing. We're now more connected with our friends and family than ever before. We have more access to information now and better healthcare infrastructure. I know all this because I'm a student of science. We also have more choices when it comes to what food we eat, what phone we buy, and what car we drive. The new Volvo XC40 Recharge is an all-electric car based on Volvo's award-winning compact luxury SUV, the XC40, and it gives you the best electric experience without any compromises. The XC40 Recharge brings a whole new meaning to innovation, performance, and sustainability through a 400 bhp engine, a range of almost 400 kilometers, and use of sustainable materials in both the interior and exterior of the car. The XC40 Recharge is Volvo's most inspiring and caring compact luxury SUV yet. Get a test drive now at a Volvo showroom next to you. The XC40. The XC40. Welcome to Cyrus Says, Cock and Bull, presented by Volvo Car India with pet care partner Heads Up for Tails. And I've got a rant, and of course, I'm not going to have to read it because I'm sure I know what the rant is. And being a professional, 27 years in the business, I would have read it because Sparsh told me we should rant about this. And Sparsh, it's not opening. But yes, I sort of remember it anyway, even though it's not opening. So we don't need technology as regards this. Yeah. All right. This is a true rant because I try to make sure the rants are reflective of what we really feel, not made up. Some people they advertise things and they don't believe in it. I've seen non-drinkers promoting alcohol. How disgusting is that? It's even worse than the opposite, the reverse of that. I believe a non-drinker should never have anything to do with alcohol. How dare he? But let's go away from that. Let's talk about our product here, which is I've noticed this, and I've spoken about this during the pandemic. Niv and Abbas will join us in a second. Throughout the pandemic, I noticed that when people were sitting at home, uh, all they had to do is walk their dogs. They had nothing else to do, and even then they wouldn't. First, they would only use the help. This is the urban way in India, especially in Mumbai. On top of that, they would never ever clean up the poop. I'm a victim of that. I walked into poop. I have been people give me dirty looks thinking it's my poop or my dog's poop when I walk on the road. Very often, but it's somebody else's poop. But because you're more sort of high profile and walk the dogs a lot yourself, they see you all the time. They presume all the poop is caused by me and my dogs. But my dog's poop, and this is the reflection of how our show has fallen, because that's the subject of the day. My dog's poop is well taken care of. All right. Now I'll tell you a big problem we're having. One big problem we're having is that it's a class issue. A lot of people who are paid a salary to live in a house and then look after the canine don't want to do this because it's against their dignity. They're not happy with that. So you must understand, if as you kid when you had kids and you looked after your kids and cleaned their potty or poop, you have to do the same thing with your dogs. Everybody has to clean their own. All right, everybody's look after their own, because we're fighting all these animal haters out there, and hygiene is an issue. So let's do our bit to make the world a better place for the dogs so they can poop in peace and you clean it. And that's my philosophy and rant for the day. It's got nothing to do technically with Heads Up for Tails, who are one of our sponsors along with Volvo Car India, but I just wanted to bring that out. This has got nothing to do with what Spuds messaged me, because that's stuck, as you can see on the phone. Now that that's done, the wonderful and beautiful Niv and the other guy have joined us. So hi Niv. And you.
Hi.
What a pleasant
Nice
evening
to
it
be
is for
here.
all of us. Hi.
It really
Uh,
is. I don't
can
come
I?
in the evening podcast that much, so I'm very happy to be here in the evening
Really?
today.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought I'm
stop
always on
lying.
the evening podcast
Can you
with
stop
you.
I've
lying?
been
You're
no,
as two employees of the company, you're the only two left here, and you're doing the 6 o'clock show. That's the truth. All right.
That's the truth,
it's the truth.
yes.
Yeah, that's
You know who was
Quickly, elephant.
originally supposed to join us, right, Cyrus?
Was it? Let me guess. Parvesh Verma,
No, it was
the
Shreyas
member
Manohar.
of parliament who wanted to destroy an entire community's livelihood in Delhi.
Oh, that's every member of parliament right now.
No, no, no. They're not every. Thank God, not yet. I'll give you You and I will both know well
Uh,
before that the red light signals.
sure.
Arshan said I tuned up at 10 a.m. with food and realized it was in the evening. Hello, everyone. How sweet. He stayed on from 10
I
a.m.
know.
no, right?
What
Just
respect.
he doesn't.
Guys, can I I want to just address this because I know you guys will never, you're both shy to do it, and you don't want to confront this. You're not confrontational. Silvery refused to do the show when I said we have to talk about it. But this is something everybody's talking about, and can we address it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to say it. Okay, now no going back now once we start. We're
Okay.
in this topic, we're in the eye of the storm.
Rishi, delete button पे
I'm
ऐसे
I'm
हाथ लगा कर
honestly like really nervous about this. I don't know about the
I'm
rest of
gonna.
you.
We can't do a live
go
podcast and not
ahead.
have the guts to face reality in the world around us and just go. Come on, take the bull by the horns. Here's the point.
Hmm.
Does Temba Bavuma warrant a place in the South African white ball team for the T20 World Cup,
I
even though he's the
know.
captain?
Yeah.
His strike rate is all over the place. He's not been picked up by the franchises, which are all Indian owned for their South African Premier League next year, early Jan.
Mhm.
And he had a horrible tour of India.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's an extra man they're carrying. I had to say it.
Whoa.
Someone
I
had to
know.
say it. It was
Yeah,
me.
it's out there now.
Well,
It's out in
You
the open.
gutless cutlets. Got
it
you,
didn't
huh?
affect me
You,
as much as I thought it
Yeah.
would.
Niv, you
Would
were a little scared. You thought we'd go
I
religious
was
or political, right? Because, yeah. And
yeah,
Abbas was
I
so
don't know.
happy thinking
Anything
that's
could
the end of
happen.
Cyrus. I'll do the show on my own from now on
yeah,
at
actually.
11:30 in the morning. First change
Ah.
in law.
Hmm.
Okay. Who's the host?
I'm the host. I'm the
Yes.
co-host, Cyrus. You're the host.
Damn it. One second. Now
Yeah.
let's
So
understand one thing.
let's
It's like
let's
Mr.
dig.
Shinde and Mr. Fadnavis. One
Hmm.
is the chief minister, one is the deputy chief minister. Those are just
That's the thing.
labels. We all know who's the boss. All right.
So you
Because
would be the
unfortunately,
Fadnavis in this equation. I'll be the Shinde.
no, I am the
Yeah.
Bichara Shinde. So I get the beacon light and the VIP presence and all that, but I got no real power. You got the
Right.
power because y'all run
Who's
the whole.
the? Does that make Sparsh the Uddhav?
It makes IVM Narendra Modi.
I
Wow.
mean,
That's correct.
Sparsh is a very important bureaucrat. One of those
uh,
nameless guys who runs everything, but we don't know who he is.
yeah.
Very
Who can
important.
Sparsh
Yeah.
be?
So is
Sparsh can
Rishi,
be.
the untouchables. We call them the untouchables because they cannot be
Rishi's
touched.
Amit
Whatever.
Malviya,
Not in
the
an Indian way. Untouchable as
IT
in not
cell.
that way. Huh.
There's only
Give me a
one way
dirty
to
look.
say.
No, untouchable as in those who cannot be, like the movie Untouchables. What did it mean? That you can catch the mafia, you can bring them down.
Got it.
You didn't understand Untouchables? Huh?
No.
Just like you to get a knife to a gunfight. Come
That's
on,
your
Sean, do your
go-to
Sean.
mafia. That's your
Huh?
go-to mafia
No, it's not.
impersonation.
It's an Irish twang American thing. Just like a Dago. What was the line?
Hey, you
It's like
talking
a
to me? You
no,
talking to
no.
me?
That's Italian. That's Italian American. This is the Irish. He's got that list. No, Sean Connery.
Oh,
Just like
Sean
a
Connery. Oh yeah,
huh?
Oh,
yeah.
To get
Name's
just
Spawn.
like
you
a
still have the
James
face. He
Spawn.
still has the face on.
the line is just like a. I
His
think I
face
don't
is
want to say
stunned.
the
It's
what.
hilarious.
There's
Should
one
we go
thing
back to
about the
Temba?
movies. The
Yeah,
movies. I
it's
love
something
the
like that. Yeah,
movies.
to get a knife to
Yes.
a gunfight. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know that scene in I think it's in the church. Okay, let's not go into
I haven't
untouchables.
seen The Untouchable, so I wouldn't know.
Get out. Get out of the and cancel your show. Has it aged well? Because how dare you? That's
I've
no,
seen the
no, no,
popular scenes,
no,
but I
no. In the
haven't
words of
seen.
Arnab Goswami, how dare you? How dare
We
you?
have a
The
movie
audacity of
podcast
you.
or something.
Have you seen The Untouchables, Niveditha? Huh? And
But
I mean the
she's
I
movie.
young.
don't have a I don't
She's
have a
another
movie
generation.
podcast
So she gets a
about.
pass for all this, bro. You're still
Oh, what?
somewhat
That's
because
right. I don't have a
the
movie
film released in the
podcast.
90s. So I mean, you were one. So okay. So you didn't see it, but he
You
was
know
about
what movie I'm
14.
watching tonight for my show? Hum Aapke Hain Kaun. That's the one
Dude,
I'm
Again,
I
watching
love
tonight.
that movie, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
I
God,
mean,
I'm
back
dreading it.
back in the day when it released, it had everything. It had a dog,
yeah,
which
That's
was
it.
just
That's everything.
yeah,
that's
it
it.
was everything to me.
That's it. That's important.
Uh,
Also, without sound, it's fantastic. I watched a lot of these
I've
movies
heard
without
that too.
sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not joking. Not like a
Okay.
funny facetious statement. I'm telling you honestly.
Mhm.
Put it off the sound and watch it. It just becomes more fun because they're very animated and it's
That's
slightly
true.
over the top from start to
Mhm.
finish. Loved
I
it.
feel
It's
like
like our
all of
podcast.
these
Hey, put
90s
the sound off
movies.
on our podcast, guys. It'll be great.
That happens lots of times.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we don't have to tell them. We should do the opposite.
Uh,
Put us back on. Yeah. All
We
right.
should just mime our conversations.
hmm.
Oh, I heard a rumor that the lineup of Cock and Bull. Oh, oh, did you hear that?
Whoa!
Did you hear that?
That was some anticipation.
What was
No,
that?
I think my daughter broke a glass or something. I hope she's
Ouch.
okay.
That
I don't
You
was
suppose
wanna?
great
I can go and
though.
check.
Yeah, you can
Uh,
take a moment to go and check.
I'll just say that and we'll pretend it's part of the show. Wink, wink.
Sure.
Mayu, you okay? No reply. That makes my blood curdle. Oh, what happened, Mai? Everybody wants to know. No reply again. Maybe she broke the glass deliberately on someone.
Is
Better check on
someone
the lady who
sneaking
works
out
in
or
the kitchen.
sneaking in?
I can't. The only way I can answer is if you let me off the show.
Yeah, you can go
Yeah.
take a moment to go and check. It's okay.
Can you take the camera?
Yeah.
This is the way. This is a coup, right? Get the old man out of the seat and then take over. I refuse. I see through your lies. Hey guys, I'm trying to tell you. Shreyas called me up or messaged me and said that he's organizing a lineup of comedians
Oh,
from the Cock and
yeah.
Bull stable.
Yes.
And yeah, and being Shreyas, he got the date November 13th and booked everyone. And then 2 days later called up to say it's a World Cup final, so unbook yourself.
Yeah.
So So are
Cool.
we all going to be there? Apparently.
Yes, why not? I mean,
Yeah.
technically, Ayush is the only non-comic, and I'm like, let her
You
also
must
do
have
a
her.
spot.
Oh my
She's
God!
very
Yeah,
So
funny.
it's a lineup not for comics. It's for Cyrus's
it's a
panelists.
yeah.
So it's
Will
not
you be
Dev,
really
there?
Dev.
what.
Yeah, he wants me to come. No, that's he was
Yeah,
so
come
sweet. He
now.
told me it starts under 8 p.m., which means 10. But I get the old man in, lock the door, and then I'm stuck. Something like that. I know that. Listen,
From what I've
this is
heard, the audience is also going to be under 8. So yeah, our humor appeals to that kind of a crowd. So yeah, why
oh
not?
no, one-on-one. I'm okay with any age group. It's when there's 2 or 3, then I
If
really
you're
fumble.
in Bombay, please tell us in the chats if you'll show up for a live show if
But
we
we have to
do
give them
a.
the right. Yeah, okay.
No,
First,
I mean
first,
if there's
good
enough
question.
demand for it,
That's
then why
called
not? Yeah.
yes. This is
Or
what
if you
Shreyas
travel
didn't
to
do.
Bombay for it.
This is what Shreyas
What was
didn't
the
do.
comment just that flashed for a second and then just went away?
Yeah.
You can
Uh,
say it.
Ariful Islam is saying Ayushi takes phone call between the
That's
show. You
true.
can check on your
Well
daughter.
done. Arif, I'll give you 10 on 10 for that because I think I mentioned it a couple of times and she actually does it. By the way, so 1 or 2 more do this. They just quietly descend into their lap area and continue with the. And we're discussing nuclear fission or, something really important. And just boom,
Yeah.
they're gone out of the picture. Niv, do you do that? No, she doesn't do it. I haven't noticed her.
I think
But
Niv
but
doesn't take phone calls
she,
otherwise also.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
get
she,
phone
she has no
calls. I'm
friends.
very.
After sex
But
massage,
she
her whole
has.
life is turned upside down. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I don't know. I don't think if you saw that episode, someone thanked you
What?
for introducing them
What's
to Peter
happened?
Cat recording.
Mayu!
Oh,
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yeah.
I was also introduced to it very recently.
Is it
Actually,
just me or has Cyrus frozen?
he has frozen.
It's
Oh
a very
no,
Who froze?
it's
like
a very you.
you froze.
Me!
You're back.
J for Geo. What happened to Geo?
Yes. No, Geo is working
What the
very well.
hell?
Okay, let's go to the first
I'm
topic,
telling you,
Cyrus.
we are. When people think I'm lying, and it's like some sort of sarcasm. But Malabar Hill is where the dead live now. It's just rubbish. It's the worst place.
No,
We're the
now
only people who don't have
5G
any.
5G's come to
In
Bombay,
Mira
Cyrus.
Road, we shot an ad film last week in Mira Road in the interior
Huh.
part somewhere deep where no foreigners ever gone. Okay, it's that
Hmm,
scary.
hmm,
And there was Wi-Fi start to finish.
hmm.
Never dropped. Never bloody
Wow.
dropped. And now I come here. Chief Minister's one of his 4 houses is here, then one there because he's got many houses now,
Yeah.
and everything's dropping all the time. Malabar
Hmm,
bloody hill.
hmm.
What's wrong with the world? It's like saying New York is the horrible city of America and Buffalo is the best. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know what to do anymore.
Is it
I
Buffalo
just
in New York?
That's New York's state. Now I'll explain
Okay.
geography to you. How do you do this?
So why you need Silvery?
Okay,
So
it's like
in
Delhi.
Buffalo,
Delhi is a city and a state. So there's Delhi
acha,
state
that
and then
way.
Delhi
Okay,
city.
got it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Got it.
Goa
But
also, although I'm not
huh,
quite sure whether Goa is a city and a state which is exactly that size. There's no
right.
extra state to the part of Goa. That's
Hmm.
it. Halloween special happening
Ramanathan
live at Cyrus's
Neelakantan
crib.
Halloween special happening live at Cyrus's crib. What?
Oh
I
man.
thought that isn't that the sign?
Sure, let's
What
go
is
with
that?
that.
Halloween.
Cyrus
My
right now is
daughter's.
doing a sideways devil horn sign
Oh,
saying,
it's
yo.
it's wrong. I saw
It's
Kanye
not
West do
wrong.
this.
It's simply outdated, is what that is.
I mean, but what do you do?
Was that necessary? Was this necessary? Really?
What's the best Halloween costume you've ever had, Cyrus?
I dressed
In your
up
youth?
as Samantha Fox once. I mean, I never do much, just my hair. Oh,
Can I read Ariful Islam's comment? He says,
he's
Abbas,
crazy
can you
about
invite
Ayushi.
Ayushi on
He's
your
got a big
podcast?
crush.
He was desperate to come on Vartalab. She was, I mean. But Akash would not take her.
I think
Oh, now I
Ariful
feel
is.
bad.
Hey, Abbas, I think Ariful is Bengali. Very often the
Yeah.
male female gender gets a little mixed up there, so that's fine. Yeah. Poor
Jol
Ayushi.
Khabe.
Ayushi, Niv, and Kajol
I
are
don't know why I
only.
said that.
You said it. It's over now. You want
No,
to go
it's
back
okay.
and
We'll
say it
have
again?
we'll have Ayushi. Like once we're done with the famous guests, then we can like schedule her in at some point.
Wow.
And yeah,
Nice.
Spoken like a true tier 4.
I mean, she's just. Ayushi is just driving straight to the studio. She's dying to attend now. Like after that kind of high praise, I mean, how can she miss it? Toss it up.
but
Yeah.
sure, I'd love to have her. Is
For
what
what?
I'll say on the
It's
podcast.
terrible. What?
Nothing.
She's untouchable, like Sean Connery in the film.
More like
Careful.
unreachable.
What movie should I
Yeah.
discuss with
Hey,
Ayush?
Ariful, is he really from Bangladesh? What are you
Yeah, he's from
saying?
Bangladesh.
We got an
Yes.
international listener.
Yes.
Sweet.
I hope you're a Bangladeshi in Bangladesh, because if you're on this side of the border, then we might get in trouble.
Really, Abbas? We have 12 people
Just putting
listening,
it
and you
out
want
there.
to politicize the one of them? So now, I mean, why?
No.
Why? I'll send you
Ariful,
straight to
Oh
the
but
Lok
my
Sabha.
gosh. Someone is saying that something is moving in Cyrus's background. There's
oh,
a
that's
ghost
his
in your
dog.
house.
Ghost's name
This
is
is
Peter,
truly a
and he's so
Halloween
scared that he
episode.
didn't do potty from the
Oh
afternoon,
no.
which is how we started the show. Yeah, that is the doggo in the background.
Yeah.
Poopy.
Okay,
Yep,
we're
that's it.
15 minutes in. I think we should go to the first topic, Cyrus. So Kapil Dev has been in the news.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen this video of his where he's talking at some sort of a panel, and he says that ये प्रेशर क्या होता है, आजकल के प्लेयर्स कहते हैं कि वो बड़ा प्रेशर ले लेते हैं, अगर आपको प्रेशर नहीं लेना तो आप मत खेलो. एंड देन ही गोज ऑन टू से ये प्रेशर और डिप्रेशन जैसी चीजें जो है ये अमेरिकन वर्ड्स आ गए हैं
It's an
हमारे
Andrew
हिंदी
Tate-ish.
लैंग्वेज में. Hmm.
No,
And
let's
he's
not get
been
into that. Then he went
and this,
into an
I think,
anti-Western
went viral
tirade for
on
no reason.
World
Yeah.
Mental
Let's,
Health Day when a lot of people were talking about how depression should be
can I
taken
give my 2
seriously.
bits on this immediately,
Yes,
because I'm
please.
a little bit on his side. I won't get into
Okay.
the whole thing about Angrezi ko maro and all that. Then he got confused. But that's a
Right.
different complex and fight. This is a very clear one. Are we becoming so sissified that everybody is looking for reasons? See, there's sensitivity and there's fragility, and there's a line between the two. So what happens is they're supposed to be tough cricketers playing tough sport. It's just like you doing your podcast or paying your bills, or you guys trying to be stand-up comics. At the end of the
Right.
day, it's a hard career. There are many days of complete failure, no work, the phone doesn't ring, blah blah blah. So you don't go to a psychiatrist immediately. So I slightly understand that we become all the cricketers and footballers of today. They go rushing back for the birth of their children and all. That wouldn't have happened 30, 40 years ago. Granted, the world has changed. Granted, the world is easier, more accessible. But somehow or the other, you feel that there's a certain softening because of civilization. The civility leads to softening, and the
Wouldn't you
raw
say the
toughness of
softening is actually the normalizing of events
Yes.
like
you
this?
can you,
That
you can say
they
that.
may
I don't
never
want
have another child. So
you
can
can
you?
say that. And
Yeah.
also because we have to judge from our time, and from our time
Yeah.
it's not soft, it's the way it is. But if you
Right.
judge it from 25 years ago when Kapil Dev was playing, I mean, what
Hmm.
are you talking about? Just get on with it.
More than
uh,
25, like 35,
yeah,
40 years ago. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what you get out of my conversation. The date is slightly off.
Because 25 years ago would be 99, and that's not
But
when
what do you
Kapil used
guys?
to play.
Okay, what do you guys think? No, I was talking about the movie by Kabir
I don't
Khan.
think anybody should take Kapil Dev very seriously, honestly. He's he's an
Ooh,
older person. Like, I get where he's
He's an
coming from
uncle.
for his generation.
ageism,
Honestly,
ageism.
I can't say it. I've seen too many
No, there,
people of
you're
his
right.
age
There's a bit
group
of
say the same thing. In my family, and everywhere you go, and it's just so common to see that. And I don't think the younger generation
no. So I
really
get.
cares
So I get what
anymore
you're
about.
saying. What you're saying is actually not to do with Kapil Dev. It's to do with a
Yeah.
generational mindset of any part of the world, actually, and any class of
Yes.
society, where they just simply say ours is better, and then you guys have it too easy. Okay, there is that. There
Can
is
I
that
give
to some
my
extent.
take?
But I think it's just
No,
being you
No.
at some point it's just, oh, these people have it better, so you feel worse about it. Like
Yeah.
women know that, like, the younger women
see
have
what
it
Jeet,
so much better
Jeet
from
has.
just 10 years ago.
They've see what Jeet has put up. Okay, I'm not saying right and wrong. I'm just saying, but you cannot disagree. Good
Jeet
times
says
create
good
weak
times
men.
create weak men.
But
You
is
just
it
become
weak
softer.
though? It's just
Okay,
relative.
No, so
weak,
just to give
soft,
context,
What is
then
a
soft.
weak man?
Kapil Dev then went on to say कि आजकल के बच्चे AC क्लासरूम में बैठते हैं जिनके लिए
Yeah,
पैसे
so
उनके
then
पेरेंट्स दे
it's
रहे
a
हैं.
rant. Then it's like
Right.
me
Yeah.
talking after some time. You
Yes.
don't understand, guys. And I mean, there's a little bit of truth, and then it just goes
Yeah.
crazy. And yeah,
Only
okay.
he's won a World Cup.
No, he's won a World Cup against a run of play also. So if you want to
Yeah.
argue cricket there, I mean,
Yeah.
that team was real no hopers, and we've never had a team like that that's won subsequently. They've always been right at the top when they won.
Right.
2011, case in point, 2007, case in point, and series in Australia, etc. etc.
Yeah.
So I think
But you
against a
were
run of
saying
play,
something before I
no,
interrupted you with the.
you were saying you have another
Okay,
take on
my
this.
take is that when he said the line that आपको pressure नहीं झेलना है तो आप मत खेलिए, he got an applause. Okay, I think then he got carried
I
away
would
in
have
the
also
applause
clapped.
by
Yeah.
saying
Yeah,
by
it's
saying
like
कि
comics.
depression
Every
or
comic,
that
absolutely. We
escalation.
all make the same mistake. You got the joke, you got the moment.
Yeah,
You're
Yeah,
that
gonna kill the
escalation
lily
from
and milk
pressure
the
to
cow.
depression.
And
Keep going.
Like
yeah.
now I
Wow.
want another applause.
Wow.
So
That's
it's like
a spot on
depression साले
observation.
American
Yeah,
words
yeah,
आ गए
yeah,
हैं. AC में बैठ
yeah.
कैसा. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
And
one
then
of
the rant
Honestly,
goes sideways because there is a anti-America and all. It's got nothing to do with anything. Yeah.
I don't give people too much shit for, like, saying things in public, because people egg you on, and you say
Exactly.
like sometimes comics say things that they don't mean on
Yeah,
stage
yeah,
all the time, and if
But
all
then,
of it was recorded, all of us would be in so much trouble because we've
but
just
also,
because
as you age, now you guys are younger, so you won't understand this bit yet. But what happens is that people, they keep asking you about the next generation, right? As you age, in whatever industry or field you're in, and then so half the time you're not really interested in the next generation. Secondly, it's always you're going to be a little jealous and irritated because you're not so much in the spotlight or whatever, and obviously you'll be a little irritated and maybe upset that they made more money or got more out of it. So all these things also come into play. So I get
right.
really irritated that there's this Parsi comedian called Bancha. That's not his real name; it's a put-on name. And
Oh, he's
everybody in
very
my
funny.
gym wants to show me this new guy. And I mean,
We actually
I'm
trying to
really
get him
struggling
on
to
the
say
show.
anything nice because I'm irritated, with this every time. So
If
finally,
we
I
get him on the
started.
show, will you confront him?
No, no, no. Come on. I'm just telling you something.
no, Cyrus is a
Oh,
very
I
non-confrontational
know,
person.
yeah,
Look
yeah.
at him.
No, but
yeah.
Bancha is hilarious.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they keep, so not just him, they keep showing me these videos. Have you seen this guy?
Yeah.
Have you seen this girl? There's a lady called something Garg, like a middle-aged American Indian lady. It's quite funny or
Zarna
whatever.
Garg, I think her name
Yeah, yeah,
is.
yeah, Zarna Garg.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah,
one,
yeah.
you check this out. You love her. This force you. And then you got to say something nice. If you don't say something nice, it's like in a Miss India competition, you'll get disqualified. But all you want to say is, "Oh, I'm bored. Can do you have any porn or can I watch some cricket?"
But why don't you just why don't you
No,
just play an episode of the news that wasn't in response? And then I saw your video. Now you see this. Like
they'll
it
they'll
also.
but
they'll just
but
they'll
isn't
just put off the
isn't
phone. Uh,
isn't age making you a little less
No, but
sensitive
uh,
to stuff like this? Like, aren't you able to say whatever you want and get
no,
away
I'm
with
just
it?
trying to draw a parallel to what he's the great Kapil Dev, and this you're talking about a higher level of everything. But every time, if the same questions are asked, "Arey ye log ka ye issue hai, wo log ka wo issue hai," and the same 3 4 issues, it gets to him
Hmm.
also, right? And he's like,
Mm.
"What the hell? Did you see the BMW 7 Series and the driver of Virat Kohli bought for his wife?" And then so he's losing it. So I'm just trying
You
to put
know
all
what's
those
better
things
than the
into.
BMW Cyrus? The Volvo XC40 Recharge, who sponsored our show. The best car ever.
I'm learning from the best of us. I'm taking down notes. Brocha, learn from the young man. Stop pontificating about something nobody cares about. My contribution has been Temba Babuma and the South African team.
What
This is
just
what
happened?
no, no,
Yeah, I
no
think there's never
relief.
been a longer amount of silence on a Cyrus episode
Everybody was.
than what just happened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So
Let's go
that's
to
Kapil
the
Dev.
so
Okay, can
Kapil
I just
Dev
say one
being
thing?
Kapil Dev.
One
Yeah.
last thing. The greats, whoever they are, and whatever field, comedy, whatever. I think we should
Mhm.
just remember who they are and stop going on trying to milk them once they're like done with their careers. Because what happens is you're going to see another side to them, and it's unnecessary because that's not how you're going to remember them. For me,
But
growing up, this
Cyrus,
was a huge, huge guy.
just a
Again,
few days ago, we spoke about how we shouldn't let men retire
no,
because
no,
they go
he shouldn't
insane.
retire. But I'm saying, why are you trying to force him into the
Ah,
rest of the world
he sh-
thingy? Because
yeah,
he's not
yeah,
in the limelight now, so it's not his
yeah.
thing.
No, but that's
That's all.
media. Look, now they got a lot of attention, and that's a
But
good
they
thing
they
for
got what they
them.
wanted. They wanted a stupid
Yeah,
comment, and now we
yeah.
are discussing it. We're not even a sports show. God, we're not even a show. Technically, we're below a
You know
show.
what? You know what? People don't talk about this, but like as someone who has like seen media up close for a few years now, you can tell that like a
Huh?
lot of it is so manipulated, and a lot of public figures are really taken for a ride by
Yeah.
saying things in public that they don't really believe or don't
Mm.
really mean, and then it becomes their character for the rest of their lives. And it's just that's why like talking to journalists and all is just no wonder nobody likes that. Obviously they don't like that. Their words get twisted so badly and they get
No,
put
but
in positions like this.
also the media is smart enough to know who are the loaded guns who can go off any moment and say something ridiculous. A Kangana, you want to be next to a Kapil. He's known to say swing from the hip. So you want those guys because you're good copy, whatever happens. So in a way they've
Mm.
manipulated, as you say, the whole thing. It's
Yeah.
horrible. The media should be shot. I don't know how to shoot everyone.
Says
Wow.
says the guy who does a show on a news channel. Okay, sure. This comment comes from Saju DK. Mrs. is upset seeing me watch Cyrus Says, and I have been pushed to pick baby from daycare instead of enjoying the show. Oh, Saju, it's
But he
okay.
can
Just
hear
put
it.
on
He
your
can hear the
you can
audio
just
on the yeah.
yeah.
I mean, he
Oh,
shouldn't
I
watch
like
it
how
while
it says
driving. But
Mrs. is angry that he's watching the show.
is
no,
she
that's because he
angry
was.
that you're watching the show? Or is she angry that you left your kid in daycare and didn't pick
Yeah,
them
that's
up?
what. Yeah.
Like, say the
Of the
right
two,
thing.
watching the show would be the worst crime. Yeah.
Okay, let's do one
Yeah.
story and then another story and then go
And
into a
then we
break.
call up
Oh
Saju
wait,
later and we do the whole show for him separately when it's free. The time is free, right?
Toto says,
Thanks, guys.
thanks to Cyrus's suggestion, my wife and I decided to use separate bathrooms. That really worked well. Now we are moving to different bedrooms, maybe different apartments soon. Fingers crossed.
Love it.
Hey, it worked for
I'm
Shah Jahan. Come on.
I honestly I am a cheerleader for like separate apartments
Yeah, yeah,
or
And
actually.
separate
again,
bedrooms. You need to have
Same.
again,
your
as
space.
Yeah, I agree.
as funny as you think it is, look at the Queen. Okay, great marriage for so many years. Why separate castles? I'm telling you, spaces, you have no idea. Trust me, it's a
You
great,
know,
great
even
idea to keep
Charlie Watts, the
relationships.
drummer of the Rolling Stones, he's married for 38 years, and he was asked the
Yeah.
secret of a good marriage. He said separate bedrooms.
Yep,
You
absolutely.
need your
And the
space.
fact that,
You can't just have somebody like in your
In your
face for like
and
40,
don't forget,
45 years. That's too much. You get
and
sick of
Charlie's,
them. I'm sorry.
yeah, sick of them. The little habit which you don't like becomes a real crime. Do you understand?
Has your
It was
wife come back from the
It was,
US,
can
Cyrus?
I tell you? Let me tell you about marriage. You guys don't know you're not married yet. I like to
Yeah,
pick at
my
my
God.
toenail with my finger and it makes a sound like clink, clink, metallic sound. She goes nuts. She's like a berserker. You know, the Norse Vikings going mad when they enter and kill everything. She goes mad. And now she's passed it on to Maya. So anybody hears that sound, they're like German shepherds, their ears cock, and the berserkers come charging and they attack me physically. Stop it! She hit me with a pillow so hard on my face just before leaving for America because I went click. Not having an affair, not misbehaving in public, not urinating on old women from the top of the fourth floor like I should, but instead just did click.
Where did that come from? What did
We
you
used to do that. We used to do that when we were drunk. We'd pee outside
what?
the balcony and try to hit people. You've never done that? What?
No.
Um
What kind of
no.
lives
Toto
have you led?
continues. He says, "Thank you. She's in touch with her lawyer. I think I will lose the car, but that's worth it. I'll get an EV now."
Oh, it didn't save your
Time for the plug.
marriage.
Time for the plug, Abbas. I leave it to you. I leave it to you. I listen. I'm listening. Go on. Go on.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking,
Toto,
none of our,
what should Toto buy? I mean, suggest to him the car. It's on the
uh,
screen.
yeah,
Oh,
Toto. If you want an EV, we have a suggestion for you: the Volvo XC40 Recharge.
Where you and
Sponsors of the show.
your doggy, Pinky, you can go for a drive
If
on
his
Marine
name is
Drive.
Toto, then what will his dog be called?
Lone Ranger. That's Tonto, actually.
No, I was just thinking, none of our cock and bull panelists is married, right? I mean, one
No,
was, but
Akash.
let's not
Akash is
say.
Akash
married.
Mehta is married
Oh
now. Yeah?
yeah, fuck.
And
Hey
he, and he
man,
put on
That's
3
true.
kilos
didn't you
after
go
the
to his
marriage.
wedding?
Damn. No, I didn't go to his
Was he
wedding.
were you invited?
No.
No, no, no.
Man, how was I, dude? Let's just talk
What?
about what Rohit Atre said, which is true. Separate
Uh,
bedrooms are too expensive in Mumbai. That's correct.
That's
Which
the,
is why if you get
that's the
married,
other.
move out of this
share
horrible
share
city.
No,
the rent.
no, no. You can still be creative. You have to just find the space. I'm saying you got to find space. Even in a one
Yeah.
bedroom apartment, figure out space. Like this is my space. If it's
Go
just a
to
desk, just get
go
what
to
you
some
get.
cafe and sit. That's why there's so many cafes here in
Then you
Mumbai and
find
they're
another girl.
always
Then
full.
you find
Because
another
everyone
These
guy.
is
cafes are damn congested, man.
that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guys, there's an
Anyway,
MTV reunion tomorrow. Huge one.
where?
All the VJs at Saher's house in Beach Candy. She was a producer and ex
Okay.
executive producer and all that, like head of
Uh,
the talent thingy.
uh.
And I'm the only one not going because I'm going to go to, well, I have to go to the book festival because I'm one of those arty types. I'm in the Kasoli. 6 baje ki flight hai bhai. So I'm off early
Oh my
morning.
gosh,
Whoa.
wait, Meghna.
I apologize, Meghna. There's also cock and bull panelist who is married. It's completely escaped my
He's
mind.
not married.
It's not.
He
Oh,
himself
that's
never
what I
uses the
thought.
word wife.
Of course,
He
he's
says
married.
partner. They're not married. They don't do.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This is
I
like
didn't know he
LGBTQ.
was
You can't have
married.
it
He
both
was
ways.
married,
He's too
Baba.
woke. Meghnad is too woke. He doesn't use the word marriage. He doesn't use the word wife or husband or
He
spouse. It's
he
partner.
Oh,
I don't
uses
that's
know.
the
why I
word
thought he wasn't
partner,
married
but
because
he
he
says
says,
he's married.
"Oh, interesting. He is
Yeah.
married, probably that, but he still calls
Ramanathan, can I just address your
Ramanathan says
point?
so. That's
partner."
why Cyrus has Alibag and Malabar Hill.
Cyrus also has Anup opposite. I can go to stay there. Vikram, 4 buildings down. I can go stay there. Kunal, about 15-20 minutes drive. I can go stay there. So don't worry. And if I'm lucky, Ruby, but maybe
So
I can't stay
this
there.
reunion is just a get together, like a personal get
Yeah,
together.
but
It's
they
not
plan it
like.
over 20 years now, so they get it right and all that. I'm
Are
so
you
lucky that
filming it?
I don't know. I'm on my way to Kasoli from
I'm
Chandigarh.
looking at. I'm looking forward to a reunion picture on Nikhil Chinnappa's Instagram.
Oh, they'll all do it.
Yeah,
They
yeah, of
got the
course.
3 people walking with them doing Insta work all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
All of
yeah.
them, every single
Whoa.
one. I've
We
told them
just
all
have
to color.
Sparsh doing everything.
No, I've asked them to color their hair because I may not recognize them. So the pictures will hopefully be like close to the old thing. Because what they
Okay,
really look like now is not funny.
we
Yeah.
have to go to the HUFT Pet Tales Story of the week, of the day rather, not the week.
At
So
6:30.
there was a research study done by Canine researcher and author Stanley Coren, who has explained that uh, the intelligence level of your dog is close to an infant, and they can grasp almost the similar amount of information that a child can. He says the man's best friend can count, understand more than 150 words, and even trick people or other dogs to get treats. Intelligence also varies based on breed. Border collies, for instance, are the smartest dog breed. And he's actually, wow, what
Yeah.
are you showing? Okay,
I'm giving the visual of a dog. No? People may not know
of
what a
course,
dog
yeah.
is. In today's world,
He's
people don't pay attention.
he's actually based on his research made a hierarchy of which breed is how intelligent. Would you like
This has
to
been
know
done
that,
before.
Cyrus?
The border collies, shepherds, Malinois, all
Yeah,
on the top.
border
The
collies, he
shepherd.
says, are the smartest. Poodles are
Yeah,
second, followed by German shepherds. Fourth on the
yeah,
list are golden retrievers. Fifth,
yeah,
Dobermans. Sixth,
yeah.
Shetland sheepdogs, and
Shetland.
finally
Yeah,
Labrador retrievers, who are the
yeah,
cutest, I think.
yeah.
So yeah, and he says the average dog can learn one up to 165 words.
Mine no more, but mostly scared words like I'm scared, fear, thunder, lightning. I won't go down. Oh God, they're so scared. I don't know what happened to my
Yeah,
people.
I know. Today's
This is
thunder
what
thunder was pretty
Kapil Dev was
unforgettable.
right. Kapil Dev was right. You just sissify the entire world.
आपको
Uh,
प्रेशर नहीं लेना तो आप कुत्ता ही मत बनो. This is
Pressure
what
nahi
he says.
lena hai. Ah! That was my Punjabi twang. Tomorrow I'm in Chandigarh. Better get it right. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cyrus. Cyrus here. Cyrus. Oh, Cyrus. Oh, Barucha. Barucha. Just talk to me in the Punjabi twang so I feel comfortable.
Sure.
Till we
Have
reach
you tried?
Himachal. Then
Have
changes.
you tried teaching your dogs any words, and have they responded?
So I have a very strange way of, since I was 7 years old, Niv has gone to sleep, by the way. Just give
Oh,
us a
I
that's
few.
okay.
haven't. I'm
Very
listening.
much. Are you a dog
So I
person, Niv?
just talk.
I,
I talk.
you know what? I used to be a dog person. Now I'm an animal person
Okay.
because I made friends with cats in
Dog
recent
racism.
years because I live in
Um,
Bandra, which is like
Cat
cat
heaven.
infested. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. All the cool cats live in Bandra. That's true.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
Cyrus, you were
So
saying
my
since
dad,
7.
my
Yeah.
dad used to do a reverse thing. Most Indians, middle class Indians, they speak in English to their dogs, and their
Yes.
normal language is never used. The dog doesn't know Bengali, for example. So I'll be talking Bengali.
I was just
I'll
thinking
do the
about that
Gujarati.
one video of a dog saying "I love you." You seen
Yeah,
that video of
yeah,
a
yeah.
dog
I've
I've
going
not
seen
"Ah,"
that.
seen, but
It's
I
like
close.
mean
It's
Scooby Doo?
close.
there are many
It's
speaking
close.
dog videos on YouTube. There's
Huskies,
a
Yeah.
whole
huskies seem to have
YouTube rabbit
stronger
hole.
twangs, ability to make
Yeah.
the
Yep.
voice a little closer.
And yeah,
But
of
my
course,
dad did.
Scooby Doo, the OG talking dog. Scooby Doo?
If we could talk, my God,
Uh,
what would they say about us? Are you crazy? I mean, my dogs see
dogs?
everything. I mean, and hear everything.
Yeah.
Scary. No, so my dad did the opposite. He would talk in Gujarati to the dogs and not
Excellent.
English. It's the opposite. So you'd know my dad's talking to the dog because the tone would be like this. And like my German Shepherd would be tearing a Pomeranian apart, and he'd be saying, "Su courage, dikra, na kar, nai dikra, nai dikra, come on, baba." That kind. And of course, the dog doesn't respond to
Oh,
it responds to the tone, so you can say that all
Yeah.
day. It was very embarrassing
But I don't
stories,
know why
really.
that is. Why do rich people, including myself,
I
talk
don't
to
know.
pets in English? Yeah.
I don't know. And
I think
I
it's
have
a
a
class
friend like
thing. We instantly
my
want to make the
Maharashtrian,
pet.
no.
huh?
Back home, everybody
I,
speaks
I,
to their
I,
pets in Tamil.
okay,
Called-
maybe it's a
yeah.
it's a Bombay North Indian thing. Then I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's probably
Yeah,
a
it's a
South
North
Bombay
Indian
thing.
thing. No,
Yeah.
no, Delhi also, and Delhi is very nice
Yeah,
because they're
Delhi
speaking
also. Yeah.
Punjabi Hindi, and then suddenly they go to, "Hey Tommy, what you
Yeah.
want?" It just changes completely. And you got to
Ah,
keep a straight
correct.
face if you're in somebody's house like that.
Chotu
It's
khana
fun.
de kya na?
Uh,
Do you want it, baby? Huh? Do you
yeah.
like it?
That's because they buy dogs and not
That's
adopt
what I'm
them.
saying. So you
Yeah,
want
Don't now
get
to
them
see you
from.
guys. You can't paint everyone like the whole of Delhi are evil. So what the hell are you doing, guys? Come
didn't say
on.
that Sparsh is
We're not
not
talking
evil.
about Delhi. We're talking about everybody. Like, do you know? Even in Chennai, they get these Saint Bernards and then abandon
But
them.
that is
It's
again not to do
horrible.
with
Aw.
religion, Baba. That
Yeah,
is to do
and then
with
we
the
have to like
vanity and
send
ego
them
of
to a
the owner.
OT or
It's an
something.
extension of the
That's
owner.
what I'm
He
saying.
think
You want
I'm a tough guy. I want a pit bull, and then Raju take care of the pit bull. It's like that. It's all
no,
stupid.
we are so obsessed with our own class that we
Oh my
want
God,
to.
there's someone from Coimbatore over here. Suddenly, I
Abhishek
feel.
Chandrasekhar, I'm from Coimbatore. We speak to our dogs in
Oh
English. What are you
man,
Okay,
talking about?
Abbas.
I don't know.
Did
Now leave the dogs out of this. I will take this further. Abhishek, are you married? And are you looking to settle down?
Ramanathan says, I talk in Malayalam or Tamil to the cats that come outside my house.
Yeah, I see all the ladies talking to their pets in Tamil only. Like the
Okay.
Okay, so
kids
here's a
maybe
question.
speak
Fine,
to
fine. So
the
they've changed the theory, or rather,
the
the same as my
moms.
dad.
Hmm.
So why are you choosing one language with the dog or cat or pigeon? Why are you choosing X language particularly? That's the question. That I
I
can't.
think we're talking to them in the same language we want them to talk back to us in.
I think you talk to the dog and yeah, and an animal which you think is the language is more tender for you. Because you always generally talk to the
Yeah.
animal in a tender way, like a loving way. There's more love in English than in Hindi for that gentleman who breaks into, come on, Baba, what you want? All that.
There's a little, I don't know, there's a bit of some sexual
Bro.
thing going on there.
Though Jay Cutler, 4 times Mr. Olympia, he used to have these small toy breeds, okay? And you see him, this guy's like 280 pounds of muscle. He's huge. And then he picks up the dog so lovingly and, his bulging
Ah.
arms and shoulders moving all over the place. But he just, I mean, they just get completely, there's a huge change. The power
Hmm.
just drops completely. The dynamic changes. And this dog is the top dog. This world's best bodybuilder is just like a little poodle. But
Yep.
yeah. Why are we discussing
Okay,
this? Should we
we
go on
have
a
to go
break?
into a break now.
Yeah, what the hell? Horrible show.
But this thing that they can learn up to 165 words. So if someone's speaking to them in Tamil, then they can learn Tamil words.
Yeah, I'm
Because
sure
this
it's
guy
more
must
like
have tested it, done this experiment in English.
But to
That-
survive in India, they'll have to know
I think
important
they
words like.
understand cues more than words as such, or like
No, they understand words.
No,
Words.
recall. They
I
have
talk to them.
recall. Like if you call a dog by his or
or
her name, they
patterns.
look at you. Cats don't.
See,
They don't give a
any
shit.
dog
Yeah.
owner, even cats, but dogs more because they pick up the emotions and vibe immediately. If you're angry, they can pick it up. If you're anxious, they
Oh,
can pick
dogs
it
are
up.
definitely more empathetic that
It's
way.
ridiculous. Yeah,
Try to
it's
calm you
scary.
down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm scared all the time. Now they are scared all the time. We're all scared. Yeah, and now
It's
Aisha's not
Halloween
here to
after.
protect us. It's very. Well, that's not
Let's
why
go
we're
into a
scared.
break to
The one
gather
thing
our courage.
dogs that they should pick up for safety, so your dog is left alone. Cow, teach them cow. Uh,
Oh, controversial.
yeah, where would you like to go with this? Dharma,
I
Sanskriti,
love,
Parampara.
other than dogs and
Beautiful
cats,
words.
can I just talk about how absolutely adorable calves and goat babies are? Kids,
I don't
All
understand
little
animals.
goat
how
baby
All
kid.
animals
within
Goat
teach
baby is
half an
called a
hour,
kid, right?
of being born, they know shit. Calves and baby goats.
And baby elephants. Oh my god, baby elephants are the best. They play so well and they're just so they like
I once
puppies,
dated a
but
baby
bigger.
elephant. Okay, she was rather fat. Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
time to go
Let's,
into a break.
let's go to
We
break.
were
Yeah.
canceling Kapil Dev. I think the
Yeah,
wind has changed now. We might have to cancel someone else.
You have to reach somewhere to be
We've
cancelled.
been
You
we've
can't
been
cancel
trying to
anyone.
go on
Trying
a
to go to a
break for the
break for the last
longest
10
time.
minutes.
It's
Because Rishi's
But she
fingers
doesn't
suck.
give a
we
fuck.
should
His
take a
fingers
hint
suck.
because the break
Pull
is not
Rishi's
ready
finger
yet.
down. and once you
Hello,
know-
everybody. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. I hope you guys are checking out Has It Aged Well on the IVM Pop feed, what used to be IVM Likes. I know it's complicated, but it's well worth your time. This week, Abbas and Urchita revisit Sanjay Pansali's 2002 offering Devdas. Joining them for this conversation is die-hard SRK fan Pulkit Kochar. On Postcards from Nowhere, Utsav discovers the connection between the iconic rock band Led Zeppelin, the children's classic Chronicles of Narnia, and Harry Potter. On This Round Is On Me, Gauri talks to Chef Thomas Zacharias, founder of the Locavore. He shares his views about greenwashing, plant-based meats, and the concept of sustainability. On Think Fast, Varun and Suchita discuss Tesla's new Optimus robot, Trevor Noah quitting The Daily Show, and a whole lot more. And on Varta Lab's storytelling session, Akash and Naveen's conversation takes a political turn as they are joined by friend and fellow stand-up comic Puneet Pania. Guys, go to our website, ivmpodcast.com. You can check out the merch store, also links to all of our social media stuff, which is at IVM Podcast. Also, do check out our YouTube channels. We have a number of channels with many of your favorite shows available as full video podcasts. Finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Volvo XC40 Recharge, Bumble, Heads Up for Tails, and HDFC Mutual Fund. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Hello, I'm Cyrus Brocha. If you haven't heard of me, you're in a good space right now, and I hope you stay there. I'm a big foodie, though, and being a foodie is hard when you're a pet lover. Because have you tried eating a beautiful piece of chicken in front of your dog? I mean, there's no way your dog would let you have it without giving you that look. You know that look? You know what that look is? The cute one where, won't you share your food with your best friend look? The one where they stare at you with literal puppy dog eyes, with drool dripping down the side of their mouth because they want that bite, and they are lonely and sad and hungry, even though you fed them every 50 minutes for the whole day. And damn it, they're going to get it. It's almost impossible to not cave into those big bulging eyes of your fur babies. That's right. I call them my fur babies. And my own babies, I call them her babies. So I do what any good pet parent would. I visit the one-stop shop for all my pet care needs. Heads Up for Tails to get the best food and treats for my little butchas. Just visit www.headsupfortails.com or visit the Heads Up for Tails store today. I'm going, Baba. Doggy wants it right now. I'm going. Hey, I want to ask you a question. Trevor Noah backed out of this thing, today's show, for what reason? What is the story there exactly?
He wants to do more stand-up, apparently.
No, come on.
That's
What is
the
that?
official reason. Can I give
Yeah.
you the real reason that when I
Yes.
dug a little more? Is
Yes.
Comedy Central is in a bad place. The viewership has constantly been dropping. It's apparently 1/5 or 1/6 of what it used to be when Jon Stewart used to host the show. This is in general. TV channels in the US in general, the
But that was
viewership is
bound to
dropping.
happen after
Yeah,
the
exactly.
iconic
Because
17 years of Jon Stewart. The next
yeah,
guy would take
yeah,
a little bit of a beating. It's like when
yeah.
you date a
So
beautiful woman and then the next one is not so.
so John
Yes, what do you
Oliver, right?
think?
He does this HBO show Last Week Tonight.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
shoots an episode once a week, like you,
Hmm.
and he's apparently the highest paid late night host right now. So Trevor Noah is looking for a deal like that because the Daily Show airs 5 nights a week, and he has to. I mean, the number
But
of
can you think it's got anything to do
hours.
with the fact that he's as a South
Are you
African?
talking about John Oliver?
John Oliver, yeah.
Oh, you said, didn't you say Stewart just now? Okay, because I'm
John
No, no,
thinking.
Stewart
both,
used
both.
to
To,
host the
to
Daily Show.
Okay,
pay
but
attention. You're the
now,
youngest. Your brain
all
is the
right.
freshest.
So now John Oliver is the highest paid.
Now John Oliver is the
No,
highest
one
All
second,
paid.
one
right,
second, one second.
because
And
of the
he does a
HBO
show
one.
once a week as opposed to Kimmel and Fallon who are doing it 5 nights a week.
Oh, he gets more money than Kimmel and
Yeah, because he
Fallon?
does it for HBO and these guys do it for network
I don't
television.
even know how HBO
Yeah,
works, man.
No,
yeah.
How
one
do
second.
they
They
get?
get yearly contracts. So I don't know if that's correct. A yearly contract is like a retainer. They get
No,
like
but
$5 million a year, and then they get paid a certain amount. Yeah.
HBO is
Like me,
anyway
like me.
a subscription
IBM
based
pays me
cable.
$10 million a year, and then I get paid per episode about 50,000 US, and then I also get a
Whoa.
pension, and I get leave, travel allowance, HRA, and I'm allowed to keep the car on weekends. Thanks, Amit. And
No, but I think he
Philippines.
says he's been on for 7 years. Cyrus Says is greater than the Daily Show, says Gary Pereira. Well, the jury's out on that one.
I mean,
Dirty
yeah.
Gary.
I think he
I
can
want
get
to
a way more lucrative deal with a Netflix or a Disney Plus than he does with Comedy Central.
maybe,
So
but
I think,
but do you think that he was slightly rejected after John Stewart, because John Stewart was sort of more like he's like a pioneer in that space, sort of, and I mean,
yeah,
when we
yeah,
did our
yeah,
weekend wasn't, that was the show we were told to look
yeah,
at. I had never
exactly.
seen it
Yeah,
before
yeah,
in 2008 when
yeah.
we started, 2006 when we started. So I'm saying, was that always going to be a problem? Whoever follows would always get a bit of a, it'll.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
The next guy might do better. They
No,
needed
I
a.
think it's different generations. I think today's, if you ask
That's true.
someone who's like 18 to 25 wala range mein, they would probably know Trevor Noah better because he defines the Trump years, right? John Stewart
Yeah,
defined the Bush years. So I
and more.
think, and
17-year run.
more, yeah.
If
So in that,
unfortunately you look 18 to 25, but you're a little more than that, you answer the question. We can't afford for 18 to 25. They'll file cases against us. Uh, I don't want to use words like pedo and all that, but you know what I'm saying. So
no, we
Oh
won't use
God.
them.
Oh, but all late night show hosts are retiring though. Like James Corden said he's
James
leaving.
Corden's retiring. Thank
that's
God.
another story.
About
James
fucking
Corden,
time.
James Corden has been
That
pushed out, Baba.
asshole.
Oh,
I
he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
pushed
yeah.
hate
out.
James Corden.
James Corden, the inside story on that is that he's so badly, like he behaves so badly on the set and
He's
with
an
people
asshole.
around
Yeah,
him,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
nobody
That's
wants
what
him.
He was a
I've
dick to
heard.
He's
Patrick
basically,
Stewart, who's like the most gentle, most
yeah,
What do
decent
you
man
mean
in
yeah,
on stage. He was a
really?
on
dick to him.
stage,
Yeah,
yeah,
YouTube Patrick
yeah.
Stewart and
But
whatever
Patrick
the fuck
Stewart
what it is.
was pulling his leg in a slightly obnoxious way, but they could have
Yeah, yeah,
stayed in
yeah,
that
yeah.
space. This guy
Yeah.
brought it down to almost like a brawl. You'll
Oh
have to
my
play
Does
that
this
clip
whole
for
God.
you to
shtick of
understand.
positivity and I like to put out positivity in the world, but he's an asshole inside. That's sorry,
Yeah,
that was a very
yeah,
bad
yeah,
British
yeah,
accent.
yeah. You know, this funny part. Maya, my daughter, loves James Corden, at least initially, and all the stuff that he had done on the sides and all that. But then we found out that there's a second side to him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
it's because of carpool
he
karaoke. It
started
was very
carpool
likable.
karaoke,
Yeah.
which well,
okay, so
some other shows
that
have
is
also taken the
about him.
idea of doing a
See,
show
I
in
know
a
from
car, which
no,
he
no, but
kickstarted.
the
Yeah,
carpool karaoke, yeah, great idea. But the thing is that I think you're talking about the fact that it wasn't authentic sometimes. See, that didn't bother me
yeah,
so much. Okay,
yeah,
we
yeah,
all part of this cheating business called entertainment. Kunal can't sing, but he has moved his lips, for example. No, so that's not a biggie. We're talking about his personality rubbing people the wrong way and being a bit of a prick. After some time, you
yeah,
work
yeah. I can
over so many
totally.
years.
I
If
get
you're a prick, you're a prick. No, it's going to be, people are going to find out. That's why
And the
my next
same thing
t-shirt
happened
is
with
going to be,
Ellen
I'm a prick.
DeGeneres also, right? Ellen
Yeah.
DeGeneres
Yeah.
also got
I won't use the word
is
prick.
leaving the
That'll
show.
cause controversy. Yeah.
But yeah,
Jerk.
so these these.
But our main man, Conan O'Brien, still
Oh
ruling.
yeah, I
We
mean,
love
so
him.
he
Great
quit
guy.
a year ago.
Everybody still likes him.
Doing the pod. He's
Everybody
also
likes
doing a show
Conan.
with HBO, which is kind of like
Yeah.
that. He's gonna do a
A
season
travel show,
a
right?
travel show. He's gonna
I
do
cannot
he's gonna
wait.
do 6 or 7 episodes in the can, then go
I
back to
think
his
travel show is
podcast.
his strongest thing. If you see
Yeah,
him,
Exactly.
his
Yeah.
if you
remotes
see
were
him
the
in
best.
if you see him in the Scandinavian countries, all those places he visited, it was just so much fun because he's just and he's obnoxious in a nice way. He's never
Yeah, he's
mean.
just
Even
he
it's
never.
just he's fun and he's
Apparently, his employees were mean. His assistant Sona has written a book.
Yeah.
What is it
really
called?
World's worst assistant.
Yeah, and apparently when she was writing the book, she wanted to write about how bad Conan was, but she just ended up realizing that she was the bad one. So now the book is about how terrible of an assistant she was throughout.
but he took
And
everyone when he lost the job. He kept his
Yeah.
entire crew,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is something because he didn't have a job. I mean, there
Mhm.
was a chance he would not get any sort of job, and he had to take a pay cut anyway. But he kept everybody with him. Most employers would have thrown, like we thought we'll put this show down or whatever, knock it out. And I said we have to remove everyone. Amit said no, keep them all because we have a whole catering area which can
In
be
fact, he
used.
said, "Bring Abbas back."
Yeah, yeah. Wow. So who's Conan? Who Amit is done?
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, all the best to Trevor Noah. I guess he was gonna
yeah,
come to India in 2020, but the fucking pandemic hit and we couldn't go for his
Also, he's
show.
done that whole India take,
I
right?
couldn't have afforded his show actually, unless someone gave me a pass or something.
Now you can. Now you're a big comedian.
Don't
now.
worry.
What are you
You're a
talking
household
about?
name. Niv, once that
What?
special airs in car in that comedy club that nobody's heard of, you just see what happens.
Oh, by the
Go
way,
through
me
the
and
roof.
Niv finally did a show together over
We
the
did.
weekend.
Abbas killed, destroyed.
Online.
So did Niv.
First
No,
of all,
live.
Wow.
In your part of
Set up for
no.
set up
Bombay.
set
The
up for self
president.
praise, huh?
No.
Huh?
But I tell you what, I had a 25-minute set. I had my dull moments, all right? Like 5-10 minutes. Like there was one point where I just went off track. And then I was like, I'm sorry, guys. I know you're not interested in this because these are all like extremely wealthy people. And they were like, we have our own fair share of problems or something, one man said. And I was like, well, I don't have them. So I don't have the problems you have for sure. So
Nothing
and then
like
I
a
had to
comedy
like
show which
find
becomes a
common ground.
one-on-one conversation. Yeah. Huh.
Oh, by the way, when you do comedy shows in South Bombay, they talk back. It's crazy.
President will talk
Rich
back. Not
fuckers who
everyone.
are drunk.
You're trying to tell
Yeah.
a joke and they
You're
start
doing
giving
it
you
in a bar,
tags.
but a bar is a bar, rich or poor. People are going to talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And
But it's also like it's also dangerous because like some business owners and everything. We got warned before we started our comedy show.
Not warned, but
Sort of.
just
He
a
was
little bit
like,
of a
"Do you have a script?" That's what the guy
yeah,
asked us. Do you have a script that we can read? And we were like, no. And he was like, all right, can you not talk about children? It's like last time somebody
Yeah,
spoke
somebody
about
at the last
children.
show had a problems with
I,
a joke
I
about children. I'm like, what?
yeah, but that's really stupid of them to do that because you could make a mistake with anything that goes wrong with the audience. I
Oh,
mean,
what's
what's
this
the point?
comment that's been highlighted? Oh my god, Abbas is really good. Thanks, Grim. Sorry, you were saying
Grim Fandango to be removed from chat with immediate effect. Yeah, done. I just message to self, guys. Don't worry about it.
Spurge might take away my comment.
Yo,
highlighting
somebody
privileges.
watched my Netflix 15 minutes over here because they said just cut your hair. No one will stop you getting in a show to Sundar Pichai.
Getting
What
in
does
a
that
show to
mean?
Sundar
None of
Pichai?
you have watched my Netflix.
I
15
have,
minutes.
but I don't remember the joke.
It's got Google
I'm
references.
sorry if that says it.
It's all right.
IIT
It's all right,
references.
guys.
What's the
The
Sundar Pichai
entire-
connection?
She has a joke about
Man.
Sundar Pichai.
I talk about how I look
Oh.
like Obama and Sundar Pichai at the same time.
Ah.
It's like my
But
own
Really?
joke.
Nivedita's
It was
closing
funny at
bit.
the
I
time.
don't see it.
Nivedita's closing bit currently is hilarious, and she says she's gonna release it. So I'm gonna.
Preeti
look
says,
out.
hey, name is
Hey,
super
thanks,
too.
Abbas.
Abbas, you
Thanks
didn't
for the
mention that.
teaser.
Nivedita
Abbas,
has
how
a
come you
super
mentioned this?
tool. What is that?
A
Oh,
super
Ha,
tool.
ha, ha.
That's
If this is part of the
exclamation
25
mark.
minutes, I'm not coming. That's for sure. Yeah. Can I just quickly talk about the fact that they tell you before you go on stage happens to us all the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
They have no understanding how they destroy your confidence by telling you 3 seconds before you go on stage, no sex, no politics, no women. Don't talk about that guy in the front. Don't talk about children. Don't talk about corn in your toe. They just give you 10 things as you go on stage and just boggle your mind like that. So please tell organizers not to do that. It's really horrible. They could just have a sheet that they give it to you 3 days before and say, try not to go to these areas because we don't want business to disappear. But having said that, comedy is always a bit of a loaded gun, right? What are you going to do?
yep.
You can't control
Yeah.
what you're saying. half
Sometimes the
That's why
gun
we're
is
doing
in
it.
the audience's hand.
Just duck.
I'll
Don't say
try
oh
my
fuck,
best.
say oh duck, and just get out of
Yep.
the way. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do one more story, two more stories, and then go to the AMAs. So, a
Okay.
woman in Japan, was it? Yes, a Japanese woman, 65-year-old woman, was allegedly
We don't
duped
know if
of
she's
around.
Japanese. She's a woman in Japan. She could be anybody. How do you know she's Japanese? Where's the proof?
She's
The report is
You
filed
said a
from
woman in
New Delhi.
Japan.
So I don't know.
That's
It
what I'm
says
saying.
New Delhi
There's a
colon,
woman
a
in Japan who
Japanese
could have
woman.
been German. I don't know who
But
she
that's
is.
because the news is from
Does it say
NDTV. That's
Japanese
why
woman? Tell the
it,
truth.
it does. A
You
Japanese
media
woman,
just distort the truth. But you first said a woman in Japan. Now you're saying Japanese woman. Make up your mind. They're two
a
different things.
65-year-old Japanese
That's
woman
the only
was
fact you're correct about, the age.
duped of 4.4 million yen, which comes to around rupees 24.8 lakh, by a man who posed as a Russian cosmonaut working at an international space station. The conman demanded money from the 65-year-old on the pretext of returning to Earth and marrying her, reported TV Asahi. So she
How?
connected with him over Instagram apparently, and then they moved on to some Japanese
Fr-
social media site.
From
That's the
Uranus.
thing. She thought he.
I just want to talk about how gullible women are, and if you're still a single man that's not able
Yeah,
to
but if she's
bang a
65,
woman,
right? I mean, if
I'm
she's 65,
dude,
I can kind of see she
why
might
she
How
got
believe
mean.
it.
no,
You
I'm
mean
telling you,
Raju?
women are gullible. If a man is nice to us, we'll just like, oh, okay, and then
Should
just
I
go
also
for it.
try and
Yes,
dupe someone
that's
to
not true.
Please don't do
pretending
that,
being a
That's
Abas.
not
Russian
true.
astronaut?
But
I got a
Please
good
approach
what are you
Russian.
people
saying?
in
I
person.
got a good Russian accent.
Oh,
No,
I
okay.
like
Div is
to dupe
lying. You can't just be nice
Japanese
to women. I
women.
tried that. I tried that for years. It didn't work. You see, all the
No, no,
nice
no.
things,
I don't
all the
believe you,
printing,
Cyrus. You say a
they
lot
don't.
of words in 1 minute, and like,
Yes.
how do you know all of them are nice? I
But
just
a
The
lot of it is
man kept.
stammering and stuttering. So, I presume it's like three words, which takes me a minute. It's like that, and a bit like Silvery. Yeah. Silvery, me together, Simon
but
and
you know what?
Garfunkel.
That's what
It's a
I'm trying to
stammer.
say. That's why it's so easy to fool a girl because a lot of guys that are really nice are really bad people. They just
No,
end
I
up
think,
being
this whole conning
narcissists or
people,
something.
conning people also involves you need to be conned, as in because you have this great sense of romance and dreams, and so you want that. Also, there's part of you that wants that. So
Yeah.
because some people are cynical enough, but they just won't be. Like I can't believe a pretty woman would come up to me and say, "I want you." She would
Shobik
say, "I want
Bakshi
you
says
in your car."
is
It would be like that.
You know
Shreyas
what?
the
Royston
65-year-old
D'Souza, or is it what is that? What is that name? Or Royston is saying, dude,
Desa.
I've been
Disa.
nice to most women all my life. I've only dated my girlfriend. Yeah, that's because your girlfriend bagged you, and she was like, I'm never going to let this guy go because he's so
But
nice, and all
Royston,
the girls
what's your sorry, Niv? He wants us to say
like
happy birthday to
Royston.
the girlfriend, but he won't give us the name.
Yeah,
We
what's
and
her
we say
name?
Royston's girlfriend. That's not nice.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the
Royston, tell us
partner,
your
making that
girlfriend's name.
partner will get angry, at labeling nonsense. So, Royston, what's the lady's name?
Stop
Uh,
saying D'Souza. Sorry, sorry, Royston.
Disa.
I didn't know what the
Disa.
Desa.
second
Like
name was.
put an I there and say it.
What
Disa, like that.
what is that?
Yeah.
What is it? I've
That's
never
a
heard of a
name.
The
second
You're
name.
from the
surname.
south.
Sorry,
You want to go through names?
just never heard it before.
Abhilasha.
Abhilasha.
Now he's giving the
Abhilasha
Aadhaar card,
Sharma.
the number, name, parents' name, passport. I mean, we just want one first name. Abhilasha is enough. Too much information. I'm not doing the show with these guys. Okay.
Middle name. Without middle name will
No,
not fit.
Now we
let's
need
get
to
Yeah.
find
Sharma.
her.
Sharma was
You
not
know what would
necessary.
be so
Yeah.
weird? Find her on Instagram or something. I feel like happy birthday
Now
from Cyrus
everybody
Should
is
I
knows
so
all the
should I
fun.
intimate
send her a
details.
message that
Royston
I'm
Disa, Abhilasha
texting
Sharma.
from the
We got it.
moon?
Happy birthday to Abhilasha. Finally, a mature man like Shobik just says the right thing with a smiley. Yeah, happy.
Yeah, happy
What is
birthday,
the day?
Abhilasha.
October 13th.
Today's my parents' wedding anniversary also. Whoa,
Okay, now I
nice.
can't do both. My sentiments are over. I can't do both. I don't have enough sincere happiness for people. I did it for
Aditya
Abhilasha.
Prabhakar
Got lost.
Royston, that's my
Oh,
wife.
will you forgive
What?
me?
Oh
What
my
the
god!
fuck is going on
Are
in
we
this
having
chat?
a reveal over here? Two of our listeners have the same girlfriend or wife.
What
One
is
is
this
What?
incestuous Cyrus says
No,
chat group? What's
one second, one
happening
second.
right
There's
now?
a chance. Unfortunately, this is supposed to be a low-grade comedy show, but there's a chance that there are two Abhilasha Sharmas. It's fairly common, both names. All right.
Are you
So,
sure, Cyrus?
I don't know. I
I'm
mean,
saying it's
Abhilasha,
possible.
I get, but both the names together, that's like three people.
If I go right now and Google it, I'm sure I'm going to get lots of Abhilasha Sharmas coming
You
up.
know
It's
what?
not
I'm
going to
gonna
be a lot.
Instagram Abhilasha Sharma and see how
No,
many come up.
Google Abhilasha Sharma Royston Desa.
No, I don't want to do that.
But if she's
I
a,
just want to see how
And the
many
third guy's name
Abhilasha
also.
but if her
Sharmas come up.
parents don't know about Royston, then there won't be any Royston in
Okay, guys,
official.
there's so
Well,
many
now
Abhilasha
he
Sharmas.
asked us to wish her
There.
on.
Look at the Abhilashas are pouring out of the woodworks. It's like the whole nation
There's
of
like at
Abhilasha.
least
Abhilasha
100
Nagar.
Abhilasha Sharmas.
Happy birthday, Abhilashas. Happy birthday, Abhilashas. Now, no
We'll
chance for your
never be able
parents,
to
bro.
find
How are you going to wish your
Abhilasha
parents?
Sharma.
Yeah. Okay, listen. What is the anniversary date of the parents? Like how many
My
years?
parents, 13th October.
अबे idiot, कितना साल गिरा?
I mean, easily
Oh, you don't know.
easily above 40.
What a loving son, yaar.
I think
Wish my parents.
78. So,
Huh?
78 they got
How old
married.
is Sana? How old? What's the?
She's.
Do the
I
maths.
want me to tell her.
No,
her
do it in
age
your
on
That's how
mind.
air.
you usually
Couple-
tell. Like the oldest kid, like was
1
probably
or 2
born the
years more
same
than
year
the
or the
thing is
next
most.
year.
Yeah, come on.
The
I'm
parents
telling you,
were
78
married.
is the year of marriage. So,
78. 44 years. Come on. What are you
yeah,
comedians
44
dumb?
years.
Really?
कितना
कितना
साल
I
साल
गिरा?
mean,
गिरा?
जीने
obviously,
छुड़ाने.
that's why we're
Hey,
doing
44.
this.
Well done. Well done.
Next year will be.
Mr. and Mrs. Momim, well done. 44 years. I don't want to make fun of people today, but how many are going to last 44 years in this generation?
It's too much.
Honestly,
No.
Next
I
year's
look
going to be
around.
No, 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 no.
45.
I
Gonna
think
be
I
just-
think in the next generation, people are going to get married when they're 60. 60
Yeah,
is
that's-
going to
That's
be
one
the
point.
right
And the
age
other
to get
point is
married.
with female empowerment actually happening slowly and steadily, women are just going to say, I don't need this shit anymore. You know, I got the
that's
last
true.
woman who's saying,
Women
I'm
are
stuck
already
because.
saying that shit.
Yeah. Name, I'll tell
No,
you
man.
honestly, if you and your husband
They
are
want
exactly the same.
commitment all
or
the
close-
time.
Huh?
Sorry, nothing.
No, but think about it. It's a great thing because there's hope that the marriage will end also. I mean, that's also a nice romantic
My
thought.
parents' marriage.
You know what?
No,
I have.
Baba, no. Abhilasha, happy
Why
birthday
would
to
you
you.
say
Going back. Let's rewind and start
Are
again.
they going to dance on "A Meri Zora Jabi"? Tu abhi tak. Oh, that's a very horrible stereotype, Shavik. Okay.
Oh my God, Slippery Slytherin is already in a 9-year-old relationship. They're only 27. 27 years old and a
So they
9-year
got into a
relationship.
relationship
That's actually
And
very cute.
this
Like,
is a 10-year-old fictional character talking. So what the hell?
from a children's book. Okay. Slippery Slytherin.
So there's a theory. Do you guys agree that if you don't get
Yeah.
married, there's no officiousness to it, the chances of lasting are better because the pressure seems to be less. You think that's true? And there's some
But
data
the
supporting that.
inverse is also true. If the man or the woman just gets up and walks away, I mean, what are the what do you call repercussions or
Indian
the
law
No.
and most Western law, cohabitants means you get claim to the leading caregiver will have to pay compensation.
okay?
That
no, the thing
works.
about marriages, first of all, you got to be monogamous. All right. You have to be the kind of person that can stick to one person for a very long time. That's not everybody. A lot of people
So,
are
but a
little.
lot of us are monogamous, but not by choice. You have to understand that also. Abbas
Yeah.
will understand.
Isn't
So-
that
so
what
now-
marriage is?
Exactly.
Somewhat
Yeah.
for men, for
Yeah,
some of
yeah.
us men. I can't speak
No,
for
but
all.
sometimes see, at least in the Indian context, there's a lot of pressure on women in a marriage, especially in a traditional marriage. First of all, your dad pays for the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so expensive.
gotta
It's
stop.
one reason I was like,
I-
please stop. Let's not. Don't get me
Please,
married. Just
my daughter's
give me
only
that
15,
money and
but
I'll
please,
travel
you
the
have to stop
world.
this now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please. Please stop.
It's
Stop
ridiculous.
making.
And by the way,
I feel like,
my
Vivek
wife,
says no
nobody
sax
paid for the
massage
wedding.
also if you're monogamous. Hey,
oh man,
Sax
it's
massage is
back.
her business. You mean-spirited
business.
man. That's her business. That's not her marriage.
He's
You can have a business
getting
as a
a
sax
It's a
massage.
business that I turned down, Cyrus. I turned it down. I
Well,
did not
after
even
you
look
know,
back.
after you appear on car with the cock and bull cast, you will go back to sex massage with open arms. Trust me. Yeah, I can't wait for that day. The cock and bull line up together. We can't even hear each other talk here on the podcast. Imagine
I
9
think-
we'll
or
go
10.
one by one on the stage. No, not at once.
I think we should. I think
no,
we
we
should
have to
tell
be
new
en
jokes.
masse.
I don't think we should do. That's
yeah,
cheating.
let's do new
Only
jokes.
it should be an open mic. Cock
Only
and bull
Cyrus
open mic.
related jokes. What's
You
the
could
deal
just
with
diss
Cyrus
me for 45
brother?
minutes.
Oh my God! Can we
So
do a
easy to do.
Cyrus roast?
Oh,
Of course. Oh, that'll be a great idea. Oh, then I
my
have to attend that.
gosh.
yeah. Then you have to.
But I
And
can
then
attend on
Cyrus-
video.
Cyrus has to roast all of us back.
Yeah,
you can't be.
I
You can't
mean,
be nice.
Haven't
to
you
the
been on
women.
the show?
No, he's very nice
Hey.
to me and
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
ladies on the show, though.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm lady
Yeah.
friendly. I'm lady
That's
friendly.
true.
Yeah. Abbas, learn from the well, not the best for sure, not the best. I mean, how can I say that with a straight face? That's so wrong.
Last
walk the
word on
dogs.
the
Yeah.
65-year-old woman getting
Oh,
duped.
I
Bringing it back.
I feel
Like
for
she
her,
says.
honestly. But
Like
I'm
she
just.
says, this
there
is a
should
gullible
be an
gene,
awareness.
bro. This is a gullible gene.
Yeah.
All said and done. You
Yeah.
can say 65, lonely, this, that, but you want to believe that, and then that
Yeah,
happens.
it's
right? You wanna believe you won
evolutionary
the
because we
lottery.
know men are harmful to us, but it's just like we still like them. It's crazy. It's horrible being
Because
heterosexual.
look at it,
woman.
look at the action figures. Russian cosmonaut now getting in touch with you in Japan, and and you're 65. I mean, what are the odds? It just, but then it
Yeah.
also sounds really romantic. Look, it's a plot for a movie that you could watch till the
And
time
if you think
we
about
find
it,
out he's running away.
all of women's problems are because men can't make up their minds, right? Tell you to wear a certain thing, they tell you not to wear certain things, and then they create like
Have
I'm
you
talking
met my
about the
wife?
whole Iran thing. That yeah. Okay,
God.
what are you talking
I mean,
about?
if I dare tell my wife what to wear, not that I would ever do that. I don't
Yeah,
care
but
what she
it's because
wears,
she's in a
as long as
free
it's
world.
cheap. So I
You
keep
have to
telling her, look
fight for
cheap,
that.
act cheap. That's the secret of being a nice woman. Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
that's
Well,
true.
Okay, let's
not
go to
not really, not really. What do you mean act cheap? Are you
Give it a
talking
shot,
about that
Niv.
Dave Chappelle? Are you talking about that Dave Chappelle bit where he says that it's a uniform and if you dress like that, then people are going to think. Remember that Dave Chappelle bit
No, I don't.
where he talks
See,
about
so it's not
dressing
just
up
that I
like a
forget your
prostitute?
bits. I even forgot Dave Chappelle's
Yeah,
bit.
Dave
that's
Okay.
true.
Chappelle's bit.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah. And I have no
But
idea what you're
that's
talking about, but I still care.
but isn't that what you just said, Cyrus? That if you're dressed like something, what'd you say?
No, I'm just saying this. I'm not the kind of guy who can ever tell my wife or any girl what to wear. I wouldn't have the guts to do that. I would never would. But I would suggest to spend less money. So in that
Oh
sense, I
yeah.
would. So that's a different style. That you're talking about the MCP chauvinist guy who goes like, "You can't look taller than me. Take the heels off." I know a guy, a
Oh.
friend of mine, who does that with his wife. They're the same height almost, but if she puts heels on, he's like a dwarf. Which is not right, horizontally challenged man, and it really gets to him, and I couldn't believe that he actually told her, and she complained about it. He says you can't
Oh.
wear heels. I mean,
Oh,
but
you know
these
what?
things,
I know this one short guy has a much taller girlfriend, like 4 inches
huh?
taller. Yeah,
Abhilasha's to being told not to wear anything on her birthday. That's a birthday suit.
That's a
that's
birthday
That's a good
true.
suit.
idea.
Yeah,
That's true. That's
exactly.
true.
Happy birthday, Marilyn Monroe. Huh, huh, huh? Where's the president? Where are you, Mr. President? Yeah.
Okay,
The
we have
guys,
to
can you,
do the
can you quick?
sustainability story of the day,
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I
which
mean,
is
What a
powered
what's
what a
by
great segue.
yeah,
yeah.
which is powered by the Volvo XC40 Recharge. So, one good thing about EV revolution is that customers who are buying EV cars are not going back to the petrol cars at all. A recent study in the US concluded that fewer car owners who are existing EV owners are buying a second EV instead of a petrol powered one. Until last year, the percentage of households who owned an EV was 48%. Now that has gone up to 65.3%, which is an amazing thing for a world that needs more people to make the switch to renewable
In
energy.
in 1992, my telephone repair man, Jagannath,
Yeah.
Jags came and told my dad that, ये सब बंद हो जाएगा, अभी इसका कुछ जरूरत नहीं है, उसको निकालो. He wanted us to remove
Mhm.
the line because the mobile
Yeah.
phones started coming in, and we all laughed at him. Today, Jagu is a multi-millionaire because he was smart enough to do the right thing at the right time. And I still have a landline; it doesn't work. So I think the fact of the matter is not to toot the horn of EV, but we all know the future is going to be that. There's, at some point, once you figure out the losses of this industry, which we'll have to take at some point, I mean, it's all going to go. It's the
Right.
end. Aditya
There's
says, my
an
wife asked
update.
me to tell.
Yeah. Aditya Prabhakar says, my wife asked me to tell Chad she's not dating Royston, and I'm sorry.
But is it a birthday, Aditya? In
Yes.
which case, happy birthday to your Abhilasha Sharma. And just to clarify, what is she wearing? So there's no confusion in my mind when I go to
Uh,
sleep. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Are we done?
Okay. No, let's go to the AMAs. We're not done
What?
yet.
Till
Yeah.
AMS? I got dog
Yes.
walking. I got to pack my bag. I got to go at 3:30 in
Okay.
the morning from
Quickly.
here. Huh.
Quickly, we'll do
Oh no,
AMAs.
3:30. That's too
The
early.
first
Yeah.
AMA question comes from GK. GK asks, Cyrus, why do you keep the lights off in your room?
Oh, I should keep them on? To
I don't know.
save, I think it's because of the what Abbas just told me. I want to do things for sustainability and I want to save the
Yes.
environment because I
Good
care.
answer.
Bang, bang. Yeah. Yeah.
Shovik Bakchi asks, Russia
But by the
says
way,
we
should
will
I put
have.
them on? I was told that you keep them
No,
off
this
all
is
the
fine.
time.
This is fine. This is absolutely
Yeah.
fine.
Because my
Shovik
family
says,
is ugly. I can't reveal them to you. No, Auntie, sit down. God, the kids watching.
Russia
Yeah.
says we'll have World War III in the future if Ukraine joins NATO. What are your views?
Well, it's a little scary. It's a little scary for me because we're on the cusp of a World Cup. So whatever happens, I think look at the sporting calendar
Yeah, it
before
could happen
declaring
after
war.
World Cup. Yeah,
No, there are three,
exactly.
4 month gaps where you can have war and maybe sort it out by then. Yeah. But I think,
Mm.
don't you think it's really stupid if somebody starts a nuclear war? I mean, imagine one city at a time being just blown off the map. It's just, oh. But then again, Mumbai is not the most beautiful city in the world. I
That's
mean,
true.
the
Yeah.
infrastructure
Does Mumbai
crumbling
have a
from time to
nuclear
time.
bunker?
Yeah, it's called Varsha, where nobody stays. The chief minister's empty house. Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
the next one comes from Swoosh. Swoosh says, Cyrus, you are humorous, smart, witty, instinctive, intelligent, strong, brave, bold, and I can go on with my adjectives. Which would be your favorite adjective, though? It sounds like a Tharoor
S-
thing.
Smelly. I like smelly. I like disorganized, and I like impatient. I've glamorized all these so-called faults. I love them. I love impatient. I think
Is
impatience is a
there
great virtue People should stop being patient. Patient is really irritating. That slow guy in the road who never goes anywhere, driving slowly, holding up the entire lane because he's got no drive. I mean, that's the guy who should be choked slowly uh, himself, so he knows what slowness is. You put him over a bridge and choke him like, "Rrrr," and he say, "Why am I dying?" You're saying, "No, I want you to suffer like you're driving. No, you'll die slowly. Okay, now watch the river, which isn't even moving slowly." Yeah.
Is there an adjective you like to be used for yourself,
For
Nivedita?
myself,
Yeah.
He just
hopefully
ignored me and
funny.
went to you.
Yeah,
Do you
only
really,
during my
Dev?
stand up. Other
Do,
times I
do,
don't
do
care.
you like being called funny?
Yeah, when of course, dude, that's like that's what everybody wants, right? Like
But
everybody
Which
like
wants to be
happened, by the way,
financially,
at the
or
show.
as a
The guy who
professional, I
gave us
understand.
a warning before going on stage. After she came off stage, he came out like, "Boy, you were really funny."
And you were not.
He told
Yeah,
He
but
just
everybody.
he
shook
ain't
my
gay.
hand, didn't
No,
tell me
that's
And
not
he,
anything.
true. He said,
he ain't
you
gay,
you guys
Abbas.
were
Guess he ain't
brilliant.
gay.
He
You
said you were
guys.
brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
he said it. He said it.
Yeah. So,
Abbas killed that day, guys. Like,
hey, you
don't
should
let
put a
him fool
little
you.
clip
He
of
did really
what
well.
of your show, like one or two jokes, and we can play it and then review it if you want next time.
I mean, if I
You
put
know,
out a clip, for
just a
sure.
clip, like a minute.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
I
We can
want
know.
go
you
to
to
I
review
break. We'll
anything.
play it, and
I
then we'll
don't
come
want
back
my
and talk.
self-respect to be
I will.
crushed.
I will want you to do that
After the podcast, whoever's
for a
listening is
bit.
either your fan or you're fan of the fact that you're terrible. So either way, it works.
You
Right.
know
Don't
what?
worry.
I don't mind. Even this is one of my things that even if you know what, I think all of my comedy up until now, right, has been pretty average. I don't think it's been that great, honestly. I've been all
This
right.
coming,
I've been
this
all right.
after comparing to
What?
our standard, I thought you look
No.
pretty.
But I'm just saying that if I do something so bad that it gets famous, I wouldn't mind,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
But I don't think that's ever
it's
gonna
called the
happen.
Hindi film industry. Don't
Yeah,
worry
and
about
I
it.
wouldn't mind
Yeah,
being that.
the whole industry. Yeah.
Okay, this one comes from Meghnad. Cyrus, do you think Hindi should replace English as the link language?
What?
I think
So there's
this
some
is
controvery going on.
Shattered,
Yeah,
Shattered.
yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
such a waste of time in all
Meghna,
this.
don't bring
Harsh
your
says,
Twitter rant
Meghnad, don't
here.
bring your Twitter.
Also, organically, what's
Anyway,
happened
yeah,
is India
yeah,
has a hybrid of languages, which is what our language has become, and that's the truth. So people can keep trying to say, "Abhi Hindi mein bolo." Yeah, I don't understand what you're saying, or in the regional language of that region. I mean, they can just keep doing that. But at the end of the day, I think urban India is just going to communicate in a mixed hybrid breed of
yeah,
languages.
of course.
And that's what are you going to do? Can't change that.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. We waste time with all this crap. I mean, there's a man who wants to destroy entire community's livelihood. That was his speech. Another guy before him spoke about how the head should be. His name was Jag Zacharya. I'm shortening his name to Jag Zacharya so that you can go through the Googles, as we say in the Punjab, go to the Googles. And he said, behead all these people who are causing trouble and then cut off their hands. Can you explain to me why, if you beheaded them, you have to cut off their hands? I mean, and as a sequence, isn't that senseless? I mean, should they think about what they're saying? Forget the atrocity involved, but like, I mean, how dumb is that? After you cut, वो sir, वो तो उसको हो गया, वो मर गया. नहीं, हाथ काटो. But sir, already मर गया. So I mean, this is the stuff that's going on. You're worried about Hindi, English, German, French. Who cares? Stop caring about nonsense.
Okay, let's take one last question. This one comes
Oh,
from Svetlo de Graska. Svetlo de Graska asks, "Hi
now we
Cyrus,
got
what
to
will
say
you
it
do?"
properly. Svetlos are like a regular. We got to say the name. At least pretend to say it properly.
I
Just
am
put a little
Svetlo de
Svetlo de
Graska.
Grasca. Just give it a
Svetlo de
little Latin.
Graska.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Hi Cyrus, what will you do if you have an obsessive fan like in the movie Fan starring SRK? Will it give you the creeps?
Oh God, I hope that girl doesn't listen. But when we were on AIR Polo Dial-In show back in 1993, I had a
Ah,
girl who came every morning, 6 a.m. We were there. She would be waiting outside. And then found out it was my birthday and bought these flowers. And she just wait outside just to say hello. And I was like completely
hmm.
unknown and everything. And it was very scary. And they used to all tease me, the 3, 4 guys I was with all the time. But so
Why were
I've
you
had a few.
scared, by the way?
Because she's coming at 6 in the morning and standing there. It's not as romantic as you think. It's a little
Yeah, it's actually creepy.
it's much more creepy for male doing that to female, but even for female doing it, you
It is
it just doesn't
creepy.
make
No.
sense.
No, I was
So
just
It
so
doesn't
trying
make
to. I was
sense.
trying to find. I was
there's a
just trying
male
to see
stand-up
that.
comic
Okay, and
who
listen, the first time it was
I
charming,
opened for.
second time it was cute. Other fourth or fifth day, you're like, hey, hello. Am I
No,
going to
it's
die on
not
the rail
cute. It's
tracks?
not cute. It's
You know,
never like. I
you
think. I
you
think.
Can
rejected a poem of
Yeah.
10,000 verses.
I narrate an instance which is kind of similar, like related to this? As
हाँ, but
a
jaldi.
male stand-up comedian, I was opening for, and
Okay.
this show was happening in Thane. And after the show, this girl came and gave him a gift. Okay, and he was doing a meet and greet after after the show. And this girl just went to the side and just kept looking at him while he was signing autographs and meeting people. And then there was another comic on the lineup. He's like, "Do you know who she is?" I was like, "No." Like, she comes to every show of his and does this at every time. Every time a gift, and then she just stands and looks at him till he leaves the building. And she this was in Thane, and she was coming from somewhere in Andheri or somewhere just to watch the show.
Wow,
for him.
but girls are creepy for sure. Like
Yeah.
comics
And
have gotten
yeah,
letters, like as if it's a conversation,
got-
like just
I've got
I
hundreds
was
of
getting
letters.
jealous. I'm like, "Where's my
Dave,
stalker?
I've
Where's
got a
my
letter in
creep?"
blood. Can you believe it? Written in dried blood. I
No.
don't know
Whose
whose blood it was. Those are really creepy. They sound like fantastic or even romantic, but if it really happens, like we were on Loveline, and these letters came. It came to me from some
Oh.
particular girl, and I just I'm writing in blood, and it was it was an affectionate
It's
letter.
just
But the moment
so
you start with I'm
weird.
writing in blood, you are weirded out, right? I'm like, what
Yeah,
the hell does
for
that mean?
sure. Oh my
You know,
God.
because her emotional level I could never match. I'm a very insincere person. I practice I
Anyway,
love you. I
I
have to
like it.
practice
I
I love
like it
you.
when girls go crazy. It makes me think that equality is
I'm
actually happening.
accepting stalkers. If you
Oh
want to
yeah,
stalk
yeah,
me,
yeah.
please do.
I'm like, yeah,
The
this is
crazy
what it
gene
means
is
to
not
be
gender
equal.
specific at all. No, no,
That's
no. My
true.
God,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Oof.
On
I
that
think we are the
creepy note,
sane ones.
Yeah, we just didn't have the freedom to be creepy for all this time.
The most
that's
I
the
ever
best.
done to a girl is, "Would you like to come out?" And she says maybe, because no one's ever said yes directly. And I'm good. That's how it's been. I've never
I
done
think it's
any of this.
because men always like go for people much
Out
much
of their
above
league.
out of their league.
Hmm.
Women
I
don't
would
do that.
But why can't they go step by step? You don't approach someone in a very strong manner, because that really scares them. Like, you're writing blood and all. Tell me who's going to come out of that saying, "Wow, you got me." Isn't it? Come on.
But they are hoping to impress you with the shock value.
But that
Oh
Oh
doesn't
my
no, I think
god,
impress
he did this
anybody.
for me.
their
Anybody that
passion
has
level is much higher than yours. So how are you ever going to match it? Because this how they started with blood. What's next? Their parents' heads are put inside a box and sent to you.
but have you
Happy
ever
young.
noticed
Behead them, then cut their
there
hands.
are
Their
boys
hands.
like this?
He has to
There
go
are
back to do
men
that.
there are
Yeah.
men like this who write letters in blood, and there are women like this. But these two people do not like each other. Like they
No,
never
that's a
get.
good point.
They always come for the normal
Superb.
people.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
should just find
As
each other.
where's
And
Shadi.com when we need them? You're right. You're
it
absolutely
it
right.
should be a part
Smart girl.
in your
Smart girl. Yeah.
biodata. I like to
That's
write
true.
letters with blood. Do you
Yeah,
also?
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
get married.
Okay. I'm not for you, sweetie, but Pinaikan here.
Wow. Why does it have to be Vinayagan like some Tamil boy?
Why?
Actually, no, I get it.
Uh,
It's fine.
Look at us. We Indians, we have to bring everything back to race, religion,
Yeah.
culture, community. We just can't
Yeah,
let. We're
because
just so
it's
petty. Let's just
funny.
accept it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody
it's
is
funny.
different.
I
Yeah,
like
it
it.
is funny. Please make fun of
Yeah,
more
but
Tamil
the
boys.
same, different but the same. That's the sad part. Chalo,
That brings us to
I'm
the
off
end of the
to
show.
Himachal
Yeah.
Pradesh. Bye bye.
All
Hey,
right.
have
So
fun,
you have fun at
Cyrus.
your reunion annual
Why
literature
would I have
festival.
fun? I'm not going for the union. I'm going to Himachal Pradesh.
Okay, go
Okay.
for Himachal
I don't
Pradesh
know.
then.
You're going to a different city.
Go
Isn't
to
that fun?
Kasauli and
Just the
breathe in
fact
the
that you're
fresh air.
getting out of the city.
It's 9 degrees.
Chandigarh,
Abbas,
sorry.
It's 9 degrees. 9
It's good.
degrees.
You said you don't feel
Lovely.
cold. You
Yeah,
roam
I
around
you
love.
have all
I
that
love the
muscle. What
cold.
is it for?
I'll be naked like a baby's bottom.
Nice.
like
All
right.
Royston's
Can I go
wife.
to walk the dogs?
Bye.
Bye.